Okay, sweet.
And we are recording. Now I'm going to click auto and say something.
Hello, my name is Alex. Good to see you guys.
Okay, cool. So it is going. I forgot to. It's not that I forgot to tell my parents, but I didn't tell my. Here, I'll tell them right now. Hold on.
That I'm on the podcast.
Yeah. Hey, Mom and Dad, we are going live. Me and Alex Noski. Right now. LOL.
Test.
Yeah. So it'll bump back. So it's doing the switching for me.
Gotcha. This looks great, man. I am so pumped.
Okay. So give me 1 second. Okay, let's hear me. Test.
Sound really good. How do I sound?
See what I mean? Like you're going closer. Like that's the problem.
So you just want me to stay here, basically.
Yeah, and I have to make this go higher for me. Come on, bud. Because it has to I can. That's why I needed it to be loud. Because if you can't hear it.
Yeah, no, I can hear you just fine. Do you think I should be louder overall? Is this pretty good?
That's pretty good.
Sweet.
This is annoying. I know everybody can hear this.
Yeah, turn down your volume, folks.
Oh, that's irritating. Oh my god, and we're live. You know what? Fuck it. Here, hold this.
Sure.
Just because
We're fine.
I know, but I'd rather show you know me. I'd rather show the
BTS behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Your overnight success story.
Yes. Overnight by myself. Success story.
That sounded diabolical.
And I think that's good, but
Okay, are you done?
No. I'm not done. Jeez. Ugh. I think that's good, but one more thing, because
Yeah. There's a few things to set up.
Yeah.
It's a seamless operation here.
Yeah, seamless operation. Seamless.
Honestly, man, just make a pay charge $5 a month. Have people subscribe. Get some very authentic outtakes.
Oh, jeez. Already sweating. I just wanted.
Do you want to turn down the AC more, or?
Yeah, you can talk to the people.
What's up, guys? Good to see you today. Stoked for the podcast. I was actually on a podcast with Joshua back in 2019. I was like his third guest ever. It was absolutely fantastic. I had so much fun. But we had to wrap it up. It was only 44 minutes long. I could have gone for hours, honestly. So I'm really, really pumped for today. I'm actually very genuinely curious if Josh remembers anything from the podcast we had previously, because I rewatched it to get a little refresher. So I'm really excited to dive deeper into the topics today. Studio looks amazing. Sound. Echo. Today's going to be fun.
Okay.
Why does your dad have a rooster?
I have no idea. Oh, and
Yeah. I love...
For mom's sake. Where's my camera? Is this my... Yeah. Mom's sake. Here's my loafers for the podcast. Here's my podcast loafers, Mom. Okay, getting that on.
Tigers look sick.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, I love the group chat name for your family. It is so awesome.
Yeah, Guardians.
Guardians of the Galaxy, folks. It's an amazing name for a group chat.
I'm turning up our headphones just a little bit.
Turning up the volume?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Let me pull up my pants off camera. Okay.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know if I want to use the. I don't even know if I want to use the shoes right now, because geez, now this is too tall.
Think you look great.
From too short to too tall. Test.
Test.
Okay, that sounds better.
I think you sound great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Jesus, chill. Here, let me see if I can drop it down a little bit. Can I? I did all that work only to want to drop it a little bit. Test. Okay. There we go.
Test. Sweet.
Okay, let's. I have 29%. Of course, I have 29%. I'm putting me on Do Not Disturb. Oh, dude, I have to talk to you about like that thing. You know, the thing that I've been what is it called with my throat issue?
Yeah.
I got to talk to you about that too, because like you're gonna be so surprised whenever you hear what happened.
Got you.
Okay, so
I'm very curious.
Okay, cool. Hold on. Let me just I'll breathe for a second. Okay. Good morning, YouTube world. My name is Joshua Coates, your overnight success story. And this is the Baby J Show. Now, nobody is actually switching for us. It is AI switching for us. So if you do not see Alex at any particular time, there you go. So this is Alex Noski. Say hi.
Hi, guys.
There you go. It's controlled by audio. So if you talk, then it switches to you.
Gotcha.
So Alex Noski has been my longest standing friend ever. And I wanted to, I honestly, I just wanted to hang out and talk to him. And I think he said it before we started the actual recording or whatever on the live stream that like, that I had him on the Sips and Slides podcast whenever I first started, 4 years ago?
Back in 2019.
2019, and it's 2019?
Yeah.
19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 7 years ago?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, dude, I've been doing this for a long time. Oh my God.
He is a professional.
Thank you. So before we jump into whatever the hell you want to talk about, because like I'm just here to hang out.
Yeah.
I want to do our little sponsored section of the video. And also, because I tell all of the people off camera, all my guests, including my friends, he's considered my best friend because after that long, duh. But I tell everybody, you do not get to drink it yet until we open it up on camera. And so anyway, we are sponsored by Who Knew Soda. Who Knew Soda? Soda that's good for you. All right, let's open it up. And here, hold on. Before you do it, just shake it a little bit. I keep forgetting every single time. Yeah. The good stuff is at the bottom, so like just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. And then open it up and hold on, let me. Nice. Tell me your honest opinion. It is cherry lemon lime.
It's pretty refreshing.
I also do this at the beginning of the podcast so that way I can start sipping it throughout the entire podcast. If I had to do this at to the end, I'd be so pissed off because this is really good.
Yeah.
I love drinking it. And then here, let's just, I haven't done this yet on any of the podcasts. So the ingredients: water, sea salt, ACEROLA cherry. I know that's a type of cherry. So a cherry, organic flavors, 5 grams of fruit and agave sugar. So, and then Irish sea moss. And that is the most important ingredient in all here. All of this, the benefits, excuse me, supports recovery, immunity boost, body and brain wellness, 25 plus whole vitamins and minerals. And the way that you find out more is you scan, if somebody was manning the cameras, then they would zoom in here. But then you would scan the QR code and find out all of the rest of the information and where to get it. Okay. Thank you guys so much, Braben and Dayton and Who Knew Soda. That was the best one I've done.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. Okay. So, man, I know we did a podcast a while ago And I don't really want it to be like that. I kind of like as I'm like trying to like get comfortable here. I just want to like talk to you about everything that's happened so far. So let's, I guess, where did we where did we leave off 6 or 7 years ago? You were, I'm really trying to remember, but like you were learning all the different modalities of massage therapy, right?
Yes. I was just starting off, basically.
Okay. And you were just starting off.
Well, I was into a year of being a massage therapist, and then we spoke about having this collaboration where we would like create a business together, a partnership.
Zen Restore Massage.
Zen Restore Massage. But it was more of a passing project, a side hustle. We were never fully committed to it, so it never like bloomed like it should have, which is totally fine.
Well, I mean, yeah, I agree with that. It wasn't that we were not fully committed. It's like at the time I didn't understand business as well as I do now, and it was hard for me to. I mean, it sounds like excuses, but like it was just the reality of what was happening in my life. I moved from Indiana to Arizona, and I was trying to find a job. I wanted to work with you and help you. Plus, you're just amazing at what you do. So why wouldn't I want to help, right? Yeah, it was. I wanted that to work so bad. I didn't have the right information. I didn't have enough money. There was just a lot of like I didn't, and so I do feel bad that like it didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. Just because I wanted the world to know and see how well you were a massage therapist. But also like in this one moment, having looked back at that, I realized that like that wouldn't have been a business. That would have been a glorified job for you. So because for all of my understanding now about business and scaling and all that, it is way more about building the structure and then creating a duplicatable process than it is putting everything on you. And that's what I was wanting to do without knowing that it was the wrong thing to do in the beginning. Does that make sense?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Basically, you have more knowledge now. You know how to scale a business. Because you have more knowledge, you have a greater understanding. And so if we did take it seriously, it would have just, the end result, I think, would have been...
It would have hurt you more.
Completely different. And yeah.
Yeah. So like you would have been like, you are a very serene person. You are, let me look at you right now. The amount of stress that I have been put under, like the amount of stress that I have, and it's gotten less and less the better I get at business, but the amount of stress that I put myself under when I was starting was immense. And you were there for all of it, literally all of it. So I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, but I think that I think putting like what did we learn all the way back whenever we were doing like all the fucking Vima stuff is that like use tools like as a resource, like and you were going to become the business. And so I see in retrospect that I was going to make you work to death. Mm-hmm. If it had worked, then you would have not stopped working for fucking ever. Then like there would have been 14 people a day for you to massage, and that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like it's like having patience.
It's
as
just
a
not
doctor.
sustainable
Exactly.
with that kind of growth.
Exactly. So like if it would have worked, then you would have been really mad at me about how quote unquote successful Zen Restore Massage would have been, because you would have nonstop, because it wouldn't have been a team of massage therapists. It would have been you, the team is the massage therapist, and you would have no days off. And like, do you see where I'm like,
Yeah, it could have definitely been overwhelming. 100%.
yeah. So, I mean, everything happens for a reason. So I whatever. We'll go back a little bit, because there's a lot of people here who like don't know who you are and what you do, even though I've said massage therapist over and over again. So can you tell me telling the audience, tell me what you do, who you are, and how we met, and how we are still friends after how many years?
12 years.
After 12 years. It seems like a lot more, but go ahead.
Hi, guys. My name's Alex Noski. I am a massage therapist. I would just consider myself a healer. I love giving love and value to people, helping them live an extraordinary quality of life for others and for myself as well. I've known Josh for 12 years now. We met through a mutual colleague back at Paradise Valley Community College. And honestly, we've been best friends ever since. Josh is just somebody who's truly unique and spectacular. Like, there's nobody like him on the face of the earth that I have ever met. He is just all the qualities of leadership embodied. He has so much compassion, so much kindness. He will never give up on you. He will always be there if you ever need it. He could definitely get like clouded judgment. He can.
Yeah, you said all the good things. Now say all the bad things, because like, I mean, I'm human. So
Yeah. Basically, he can never see the light at the end of the tunnel. He's go, 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 go. In fact, until very recently, it wasn't even my intention. I called him and he's like, I don't take any days off. And I'm like, well, it may not be a bad idea to take one day off per month. And he's like, that's a good idea. I'm going to consider it.
And then what did I do on Monday?
You've been taking one day off a month.
Yeah.
Which I'm incredibly proud of you for.
I'll tell you what, though, it felt so weird. And it was gloomy outside. I was like, the one day I did go to Jonathan Pfizer. He has the Average Ace podcast, and I'm selflessly plugging that I am the producer of that podcast. And go watch it, go listen to it. The last episode just is going out today with his mom and dad and him talking about the marathon that I just raced that we shot this weekend. So go watch that. But I just went to Jonathan's house and he has a hot tub. And I'm saying all of this because the only thing I wanted to do was go to a hot tub, have the sun out. It's been hot for, it's, what is it, February, what is it right
17th.
now? February 17th, sure. Thank you. and it's been hot like since February 2nd. And then the only few days that it was gloomy and rainy were the days that I wanted to take off. And I just wanted to go into the sun. I wanted to sit in the hot tub. I wanted to reply to comments on TikTok. I just wanted to like just be me. And then like, of course, I feel like the seasonal depression of like no sun, trying to be outside and like, I don't know. It was just funny.
The outside was mirroring your internal worlds.
Yeah. Also, I do recognize that people are not going to know where to find this podcast. Excuse me. So I do recognize that people are not going to know where to find this podcast. So what I'm going to say now, from now on, in this in our conversation, is the company 5Flash Media is sponsoring the Baby J show. So that just means my company, 5Flash Media, who does, and I guess I should put like a little section in here. So this episode is sponsored by 5Flash Media. 5Flash Media is a podcast production and event media production company. We also do a bunch of other little things, and I make a lot of people millions of views and a lot of leads and things like that. But 5Flash Media sponsors the Baby J Show. So if you're going to look for the podcast, it is on the 5Flash Media YouTube. And I'm realizing that like people do not know where to find this, so I should really just say that.
You should be able to find a link in the description below. And do not forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those bell notifications. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you. I forget to say that. I don't even, I'm like, do you even want to be here? Like, like it feels like I want people to be a fly on the wall of like the conversations I have, because tell me this. And I obviously know the answer, but like you've been with me for 12 years now. So like, have I ever been anyone other than me?
Never. Not for a single moment. Even on, no, I can't say that.
What? Even on
drugs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, duh. Yeah. Like yes. Hi. I have done drugs and alcohol before. I am a human being and I have tried things. And now with all the said responsibility, can't do that anymore. So, I love how you said that though. You're like, even, yeah. I mean, honestly though, because drugs and alcohol, they, how do you say it? It amplifies, right? It just amplifies who you are. So if you're a bad person, then you get angry. You're an angry drunk. And then if you're I don't even know, if you're a sad person, you cry more. So, I mean, honestly, it was just a question, because I was just like, you've seen me in so many different scenarios, whether yes, at the club drunk, or at a business outing, or at the gym, or at your parents' house,
or on the stair steppers on your Instagram.
Yes. So I guess, has there? It's not my question of like, have I ever changed? But like, there has been a time where I don't know how you want to like describe this, but like there was a time where, and I recognize this, that for like 2.5 years, I wasn't myself. And I was letting everyone else dictate what Joshua did, said, felt, that kind of stuff. So, I don't know where I wanted to go with that, but like,
I think that's because you were in a metamorphosis. You were trying to find your identity. There was so much crashing down on you all at once, and that you were just looking for a solution or the path of least resistance. And you were creating it as you went. You didn't have a blueprint to follow. No one ever taught you any of this.
True.
So
yes,
life unfolds how it unfolded. And in my opinion, it was all perfect because it landed you to where you are today. And just for the record, Josh always consistently, remarkably, without fail, has always unapologetically have always been himself. And that's something I admire the hell out of him for. But it's just who he is. He doesn't even try. There's no off switch. It's just always on.
Yeah. And I thank you so much for literally all the kind words. Alex has literally been with me since losing my job at Palma, and not knowing how I was going to be able to pay rent. Then my car breaking down several times.
Yeah.
Me having like family problems, and to me being there, or no, him being there for me to move to this place, right? It was this place. I honestly don't. I couldn't think of a better friend, and it's been a lot. There's been a lot. And not just here, I'm going to stop talking about me, even you. Well, actually, I don't know how much you want me to say about you. Like, that's why I've only been talking about me because I could, but I don't like it's up to you what you want to like divulge or whatever. But like life for you has like completely changed. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this with him this month because, and I mean, this isn't a bad thing to say, but like soon he's going to have to be leaving Scottsdale, Arizona to go to Tucson?
Correct. Yes, Tucson.
To Tucson because his sister Maddie, for her school, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's graduating high school, and that's where she's going to go to University of Arizona.
Got it. U of A. So the whole family is just up and moving.
Pretty much, yes.
Oh, that's crazy. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have him over here.
And it's happening way faster than I could ever anticipate. Life is happening, and I'm just flowing with it. And I'm on a podcast.
I don't remember if I told you to like bring some topics for us to talk about, but
You said I have bullet points.
yeah, have bullet points.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about?
I kind of I rewatched the last podcast of anticipation of this one. So I kind of wanted to like recap what we spoke about earlier and then maybe move beyond it, kind of like to a deeper
Okay, like
topic.
a part two of
Yeah,
what
like
we...
a part two, like a continuation.
Okay.
So basically what we spoke about previously is I gave a little background information about myself, how I was born in Keikaha, Kauai, lived my entire life in Seattle, Washington, then moved to Arizona, and then met Josh, then eventually became a massage therapist. So when I moved here, I basically had an identity crisis. Before I met the mutual friend who introduced me to Josh, and before I met Josh, I knew absolutely freaking nobody. I think I was depressed unknowingly, and I was unable to identify it. But basically, I took one college class, and it was that one college class, and then just back home for 8 months. And not a whole lot of like socializing outside of that because I didn't have any friend group or anything. But then eventually I met Josh, and he introduced me to like this extraordinary world of personal improvement or self-development. And basically all that is mindsets to shift your thinking so you can have a different reality and a more extraordinary quality of life. So eventually I learned that, and we spoke about this in the previous podcasts. I read this book called The Code of the Extraordinary Mind by Vishen Lakhiani, and in it, it was mind-blowing, but the book said pretty much that most of the thoughts and the ideas that you have within you and inside of you are not actually your own. They are given to you from your family, your friends, from society, even though they have nothing but hopefully and ideally the most loving intentions. Basically, from the ages of 0 to 12, anything that you were told, it gets absorbed directly into your subconscious mind, and it literally forms your identity. So from 0 to 12, I believe, you can fact check me on this one, and I hope you do, but you are unable to reject any information whatsoever.
From 0 to 12?
From 0 to 12, anything that you're told kind of becomes a part of who you are, and you associate that as your sense of self. And then additionally, events that seem kind of like insignificant or meaningless or not memorable actually affects you so substantially. It's like near incomprehensible. So just for an example, it's probably happened to everybody. Let's say that you're in 3rd or 4th grade and you know the answer. Instead of raising your hand and being a good little boy and waiting till you're called to answer, you just say the answer. And then you get discouraged. Then you get diminished. You get punished. The way your brain interprets that is, I was excited. I was passionate. I was being authentic. I expressed how I felt, and I was punished for that. So that is feedback, kind of like putting your hand on the stove. You don't do it again.
Mm-hmm.
In that similar vein, maybe you stop speaking up. And then let's say that happens for weeks, for months, for years, and you're an adult. And then all of a sudden, you have an identity of socializing like less and less, or like social anxiety. And it was from one meaningless, insignificant event that could have happened numerous times that you have no memory of whatsoever. But yeah, it's really, really interesting. So what I've been doing recently, and I think I've spoken to you a little bit about this, is so not my previous employment. I took a break from massage therapy for 2 years, and I was a physical therapy technician or assistant. Worst job in my entire life. I would never do it ever again. It was soul sucking. It was miserable. And my superior or lead therapist, someone I would only work with in the afternoon, is like, why are you asking me? You have a phone. You have access to the internet. Why didn't you ask ChatGPT? So this person was basically giving me a pop quiz of something that I didn't know every single day for 2 months.
What?
So because of, I know it sounds absurd, and it is absurd, trust me on that one. And so basically I started using ChatGPT every single day. And then something you do for every single day consistently, eventually it becomes a habit.
Okay.
Well, it's going to sound really
You're like, I used it
interesting.
too much. What?
It's
happened?
not that I used it too much. I did it for a lot of like self-inquiry and self-reflection. What I learned about ChatGPT is that it could give you incomprehensible clarity on literally anything, but it has to have like the data first. And so pretty much I used it. I would bring up a limiting belief, and then it would kind of like take the lie out of my thinking. It would give me a better way of thinking, and it was very healing in numerous ways. I know that is like very intriguing to you.
I don't understand. So is that a good or a bad, or like what?
It's a really great thing. Basically, I perceive everyone as a god or a goddess, like divine. Like there is divinity.
Oh
within
yeah,
you.
I fucking forgot.
Yeah, there's like infinite intelligence within you. So basically, I came up with the analogy is imagine that you're standing straight up. Imagine you're covered in mud, right?
Okay.
And this mud, metaphorically, is all your doubt, all your lack, all your limiting beliefs, all that you can't or you're not good enough, and things you haven't even considered. And if you take away all that mud, basically there's just a shining person standing, a shining being. And that's the truth of who you are. You are perfect. You are whole. You are complete exactly as you are right now. You're just under the impression, or you think that you are not enough because that society constantly reinforces it. In fact, if I were to tell you that you are enough, not only do you want to immediately disagree with me, but additionally, your identity is that you are not enough. So if I tell you that you are not enough, not only do you not believe me and disagree with me, but in a way, I'm actually attacking your identity, because your identity is safety for you. And if I say you are enough, that's the opposite of who you believe you are. So you're going to revolt even if you're not aware of it. People think they're broken, and I couldn't disagree more. You are perfect.
But what if
whole.
being broken is okay?
How do I articulate this? There is
No. Well, tell me.
Being broken is okay. I guess it's just not effective to have as an identity for your whole life, because it can limit you and prevent you from pursuing opportunities because you think you're not enough in one aspect of life.
I'm gonna take my shoes
If that makes sense.
But what if? Yeah, but that's like that's your interpretation of it.
That is my interpretation, but I'm sharing.
I'm gonna get all.
Yeah, get comfy.
I'm trying to get comfy. This
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's my show.
It's a great
BJ
podcast studio, by the way. This is phenomenal. So I don't know how many months that he was taking deliberately to create this, but it is fantastic. I am really proud that like we are on a podcast right now. This is very professional.
Thank
The
you.
lighting is great. The mic sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm you've seen me go through all of my iterations of the podcast and things like that. So I'm very, it means a lot to me. You know, saying all these things, cause like, we'll go into that, but like, just keep in the back of your head, what I was going to say is that like, it's been so lonely, trying to do this, and it still is.
Yeah.
But it's been lonely 12 years ago, and it's still lonely to this day. So I don't have the right information to like to rebuttal what you're saying.
100%.
Excuse me. I don't have like the right information. So it doesn't seem to me, it doesn't seem right. And this is, you know what, this is great. This is great because like we are really good friends, and we don't agree.
Yep.
And that's what the whole, my mom said I need to stop cussing. This is what the whole world is supposed to be about, is just coming together, and like, it's okay if you don't agree with the other fucking person. God damn, yeah. I try not to cuss, and it's hard. It's okay if you don't agree. That's all I'm saying. So I think, like when I was watching Jonathan run his marathon, he was clearly not perfect. And he was cramping up, and he was in pain, and all those things. and my perspective of things is like, if you, how do I say it? If he is, he's running because he knows he's not perfect. And I'm watching him, push past limits because he knows he's not perfect. I think I understand where you're coming from. That like, as a person, you are limitless, and you can push through anything. But I think people are using the wrong words whenever they say broken. Because there's been so many times where you call me and you are just like, hey, how are you doing? How great is your day going today? And I'm like, it's not going great. That's like, I wish it was that. And now there's also the side of like, where's your mental state at? And I had been very unmentally well for a while. So it's like, it's always your choice. I know that it's always your choice how you want to feel about your day, about what you're doing for work, about your purpose, your passion, all of those things. And so on that note, like, I do get it. But what I I get irritated with your thinking about that. Because like,
how come?
Well, because just because I think it's good to recognize that you're not perfect. And I'm not coming from a religious perspective. I'm coming from like a self-awareness perspective. Because if you tell yourself this, if I told myself I am this perfect being every day, I would cheat on my girlfriend. I would steal money. Like, I'm telling you, like, this is like you know me, so I'm on the extremes. I wish I could be in like the gray area. I don't operate there very often. I want to be there, but like it feels good to be on the extremes. So if I was looking at the mirror and telling not positive affirmations or not like incantations or stuff like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like if I'm like I am perfect, I am great, I am God, I am whole, I am everything, then I would not give a shit about my parents. I would hurt my sister, cheat on my girlfriend. I would steal money from people. I would do all the things that a god should do.
So,
In my perspective of things.
right, okay. So let me elaborate a little bit more.
Okay.
So the foundation is that you are perfect, you are whole, are complete, that you are enough. Meaning, ideally, that you, and I struggle with it tremendously all the time, but ideally, you should not seek validation outside of yourself. You should not put somebody on a totem pole and be like, they're so great, they're so amazing. I am not worthy of them. I do not deserve them, because that's like the illusion of separation. And then you're down here. What I'm saying is that everybody is equal. Nobody is higher than anybody. Nobody is lower than anybody. But not necessarily that you are God. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you are like a fragment of God. I am saying that you are infinitely more resilient and stronger and capable than you could ever give yourself credit for. For instance, I'll give you an example. You asked previously on this podcast today, I don't know how like we're still best friends after 12 years. And the best way to say it is ever since I've met you, I see you for who you are today, but I've always have seen you for who you are in the future. I see your potential, and that is limitless. Another way to articulate that is I see the divinity within you, and I recognize it. I love to uplift people. I love to elevate others. I love to make people's day. Unfortunately, in doing so, sometimes you can become a people pleaser or you can seek validation. Unfortunately for me, my nervous system's kind of conditioned. Unless I'm serving, then I'm failing, which really sucks. So something that I'm working on right now is that I could just exist, and that I am enough, and that I don't have to do anything to prove that I am enough. I am not some omnipotent like figure that has control over everything. I do believe that like your thoughts create your feelings, which produces your experience of reality. And there's also like quantum physics or spirituality. Kind of like you can take 100% responsibility for your life and your involvement in everything. And if you are 100% responsible for your life, then you are the reason you are not where you wish to be. That is nobody else's fault besides yourself. Because most people are a victim, whether they know it or not. Most people blame circumstances. And I was a victim for like 2.5 years at a very dark, very low point in my life. That was pretty miserable. And I realized, unfortunately, that I was a victim and that I had a victim mentality and that I was addicted to it. So I just decided, screw it. I'm going to burn the boats. I'm taking 100% responsibility for my life. If I'm not want to be where I want to be, it is up to me. And there is nothing, not a red light is the reason I'm late for an interview that I could have left earlier. I could have left 15 minutes earlier. It's just taking responsibility for your life and being a creator instead of a victim. which I know sounds really interesting and very difficult.
Well, I
and
mean,
it
that
is
sounds.
difficult in practice also.
I mean, it sounds good. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, but
What do you disagree with? I'm so curious.
I think it's that you, because I, I too do those same things. I look at you, and I see the potential. I see what I believe that you're capable of, and all of that. Um, which like now that I like have had more experiences, like I see so much more potential in you than you even see in yourself, which is
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
okay. Well, but excuse me. I think I just have like maybe there's a different word or way that you want to say it, but like the way that you're talking about a person being divine, it messes me up mentally. Like I I think sorry, go ahead.
Okay, yes. Sorry, I got really excited when you brought that up because I actually know why. So basically, let's say that you were given birth and you're alive and you're an infant. And then, like I said, from 0 to 12, anything that you hear, no matter what, becomes a part of who you are. You literally do not have the mental faculties or the mental or physical structures in your body to object to any information. So, if you are raised Catholic, if you are raised Christian, you are born in sin. That even before you are born, that you are not enough unless you surrender to something that is outside of who you are, and then you're granted enoughness. For me, I
don't subscribe to that.
no. Yeah, I don't subscribe to that. Pretty much what I learned is there's two primary emotions. One is love and one is fear. And they are complete opposites, and you're operating from one of those two places at all times in every single moment. And my intention is to come and operate from a place of love. And I believe that you are already enough, that you don't have to earn permission, that you don't have to earn approval. And in practice, that is so freaking challenging because it's literally challenging like all of your conditioning, if that makes sense.
Okay, so say that last part again. That you are challenging.
You are challenging all of your conditioning.
Yep, what you said right before that. So it's like all what is that you are enough, and that you what was the other like
that you are perfect, that you're whole, that you are complete exactly as you are, but you're like this masterpiece in progress, ever improving. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but I agree with that.
Okay, perfect.
But I like I believe that I'm whole.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm sorry. My fucking
no, you're totally fine. You can take a sip if you want.
well, it was I don't think it hit soon enough. Apparently, I am allergic to the cats. This whole time. So I Janae and I have been testing different allergy meds.
Yeah.
And we finally figured it out, but I had to take her car into to the mechanic this morning, and it was super early. I had to drive her to work and then come back and then then go there. I forgot to take the meds as early as I was supposed to, so I barely just took them, and I don't think they're
activating.
Yeah, yet. And so this whole time. Since you've known me. No, since you've known me, it's been allergies this entire time.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've had this for at least 12 years. So anyway, it's just like right now, I just wish it would have hit or like activated or whatever you want to call it, because that it's really annoying. For me, and I can't even imagine for you and everybody else. Sorry.
I just accept it for like a part of who you are, and I never think about it. I never question it.
Well, and I appreciate that.
I don't even see
Well,
you.
I went to a doctor and they told me
Yeah.
that I needed surgery on my throat because of the thing. And then of course, Danae, being as smart as Danae is, she's like, look, like we've got health insurance, but like we don't have that kind of money right now. So like, just tell me your symptoms. And so I told her the symptoms. I realized that it was the like the nasal whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it's not a throat thing, it's a nasal thing. And so then she's like, oh, it could be allergy. So we've been whatever. So thank you, Janae. The thing you're talking about is like, I've always looked into I've always thought future. I've like for a long period of time, like I was living in the future for a long time. And it made my life horrible because I was living in the future and I had present money and present problems. I didn't have future money and future wisdom. I had present money issues and present problem issues, whatever.
Yes.
But I do agree with you that like I do think that like there was a saying, I can't remember what it was. I am the best cinematographer in the world. The world just hasn't caught up to me yet. Like I'm being facetious here, but like I don't think I'm the best in the world at anything. Not because just because I don't have enough experience yet. Not because I'm not great, or not because I don't think that I'm great. But I just don't. It just feels weird, and I don't. I do understand what you're saying, where it's like when I was younger, I was born into this this ideology that I was born into sin. And surface level and a little bit deeper than that, it does sound completely stupid. But I also recognize that, like, well, I in my opinion, I think that it is okay to be born into sin, because on the and this is so funny because, like, I mean, this is the whole reason why I started this podcast anyway, because like I'm just looking at it from not from a theologian perspective. I didn't go to school to be a minister or a church pastor or whatever. Much like whenever I talked to Dr. Zegelbaum, I'm not an eye doctor. So like I'm looking at all of these things from like a regular person's perspective. That being said, I don't think it's wrong to be born into sin in the same way that you are born as a baby and you are born into this world with no safety, with no protection, with no nothing. And so if you as a physical entity are born and you could literally be put on the ground and be smushed by a car so quickly, then I believe, or then I could believe that your spirit is born with no safety and with no protection. Excuse me, God. I just want this to be gone. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like, I think that your spirit is a baby, as you are a baby. And then like, and so like, it's not that like being, I think that like being born into sin could also be the wrong way to word it. Because like, you're not good and you're not bad. Like, you're just a spirit, or you're not good, you're not bad. You're just a baby. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. What's your thought on it? Or like, because you're looking at me like,
yeah.
you're either looking at me like you're stupid.
That's not what I'm thinking.
Okay. So what are you thinking?
So I'm going to use a different word. Being born in sin isn't wrong. I will agree with that. Being born in sin is not wrong. However, from an identity perspective and a living life perspective, if you think you are intellectually inferior, if you find basically issues about yourself, the sound of your voice, I don't like this body image, I look fat. Basically, being born in sin is not wrong, but it's ineffective for happiness if you want to live a really great quality of life.
So I just realized something. So you're equating being born into sin is equal to being born not perfect.
Correct. Absolutely.
And that's where I disagree with you. I think being born like physically, and like if you've ever seen a child, or like literally not just being born, but like having just been born, it is precious. It is perfect. It is it is beautiful.
It's a miracle.
It is a miracle. And this baby, I keep going to this, but I don't have a better word. It has no protection. It has no, it is just this perfect little miracle, right? But coming from that perspective of, but it was also born into sin, doesn't make it not perfect.
So what if you think that you're not perfect because that you were born into sin, and inherently that means you're not enough exactly as you are?
I would say you're projecting, because that's what you felt.
Could you elaborate on that? Because you might be right for all I know. And I'm open-minded to it.
Yeah. Remember how you said, like, in the beginning, you're like, this is my interpretation of things.
Correct. So
you could have been just like me. I'll just talk about me. I was punished as a child. My father was in the church, and he did a lot of things for the church. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
You're good, man.
Yeah, but it's like also.
Well, you know what it is now, though.
Yeah. So it's also like an example of this. It's like, I didn't think I was not perfect. I just didn't know what the problem was to look for a solution. You got a little thing right here. So my thought on this is that, like, my father, when I was involved in the church with my father, me being a child, I had seen and heard so many aspects of what you're talking about, like coming from the ideology or the thought that that you are not perfect and you need to repent and you need to I don't know, you need to ask for forgiveness because you're not perfect. But that was never my interpretation of things. Mainly because the people who were saying that, and not all of them, but a lot of them were in not so many ways assholes. And they were hypocrites and assholes. And so it didn't align. They said something and, like, okay, well, like, we learned that, like, how did we learn this? I don't remember, like, what the saying was, but, like, if those people, like, if you don't understand, like, if look at the God, how do we look at how they're saying it, or look at who they are for what it,
you got this.
Thanks. If somebody says something, yes, look at what they're saying, but also look at who they are. And if they're saying don't cheat on your girlfriend or your wife, and then they're cheating on their girlfriend or their wife, then like, I'm not going to trust you. I'm not going to believe you. I'm not going to care about what you're saying. So those particular people were saying things that didn't align with the attitudes and the personalities and the people that they portrayed to me as a child. So when I think about when I think about my my upbringing and think, like, I could have gone that route. I could have thought, I will not believe in anything other than myself because you, not you, but all of those people were hypocrites and liars. And if they say that you are born into sin, God, this is such a I wish I had more words to describe what I want to say. And it's hard. Let me just go back to what I thought.
Yeah.
So I think you might have had one too many horrible experiences from people who were hypocritical that led you to believe that if this is true, then this has to be true as well. Or the opposite. Because this person is not true, then therefore this cannot be true. So my thought is maybe you are projecting what you had experienced and equating a religious ideology to the feelings that you had received, to therefore come to the conclusion that God and Christianity or whatever sect it is, God is telling me that I'm not perfect. And therefore I feel bad about myself and who I am. And everybody else is telling me that I am this person. So fuck that ideology. I believe that I'm a good person. I believe that I lift people up. I believe that that I am whole. I believe that I all of these good things. Mm-hmm. So fuck that ideology of Christianity and let that go out the window. I want to be this perfect person for myself and for other people. So I'm not going to think like that's not what I believe anymore. I believe in this because, and this is, again, this is my assumption, mm-hmm. because I think that, or because of my beliefs that if I am born into sin, then I am not perfect. And where I'm coming from is I think I was born into sin. But that doesn't mean I wasn't a perfect miracle. And like, just like how a literal father has to take care of a child or mother. I mean, like, I'm not parents, but I'm saying, like, if we're looking at the Christianity religious aspect mm-hmm. of it, if a father has to take care of a child that cannot eat on its own, that cannot clean itself after it goes to the restroom, that needs to be bathed, that needs security, and the world, this is just my interpretation, and the world is bad. Everything in this world is trying to kill that child, that baby, that perfect miracle. Not even how do I even say this? Unknowingly, everything is trying to kill it. Mm-hmm. like how it's trying to kill me right now with these allergies. like allergies for a child, for a baby, like complications with the baby coming out, like whenever it's pregnant, or whenever the woman has the pregnancy, whatever. Literally so many things happening to then try and wipe out this child. But it doesn't negate the fact that this child is a miracle and the fact that this child is perfect. Just like how there's nothing that says that you are not perfect and that you are not a miracle. So you being born into a world that wants to kill you just by scientific human nature. Survival of the fittest, is that what it's called?
Sure. Darwin, yeah.
So, like, that's why I think that, like...
So basically you believe that
if
you are born into sin, that you are still a miracle, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. I believe the same thing.
Okay. Well, but, and then also, going into the whole spiritual side of things, like, I believe everything is energy. Mm-hmm. I believe in the Bible, it talks about energy. I believe in the Bible, it talks about...
Basically, if you put any piece of matter under a microscope, it'll be like jiggling or vibrating.
Yeah.
And it vibrates at different speeds. Everything in the known universe is vibrating, has a vibration, has a frequency.
Yeah, and I think that, like, even how, and I'm looking at the camera, even how I don't know how to verbally describe things in the 21st century, 21st or 22nd century, I don't know. In 2026, the fact that I don't know how to use the right words, imagine what it looked like and felt like all the way back when Jesus walked the earth and they didn't know how to, like, fucking describe anything.
Okay, so basically, my beliefs are taking 100% responsibility for your involvement in life, ideally to be operating from a space of love or wholeness and not fear or lack, and for your actions to be in alignment and not the opposite of that. Those are just my beliefs. I could say it any way.
But I agree with you.
Okay, then there's no issue. Or is there something that I'm not understanding? Because, like, you don't understand. I welcome being challenged. I welcome being wrong, because that's the only way that I could grow. If there is something that I am unaware of and then you bring it to my attention, that's like the greatest gift that you could give anybody. So I'm just trying to, how to articulate this? I'm listening to you intently, and I'm getting a lesson from that is my goal.
Sure, for sure. I think the issue, and I guess I might be so totally wrong, but, like, I thought you said that, like, you see yourself as a god, and you see other people as a god or goddess.
Correct.
And so,
but not like, how do I do this? As a god, as there is divinity within there is divinity within them, not that they can create matter using their hands and miraculously manifest things. Not that they have the powers of a god, but divinity philosophically and metaphorically is within them. And they are capable of anything. And that is just rooted in that you are enough as you are.
So I'm just so curious as to, like, so then why do you not agree with Christianity or the Quran or, like, literally, like, any, it doesn't have, why do you not agree with that?
So basically, if you require something externally that is outside of yourself, then I disagree with that, because I believe internally, exactly as you are already enough. So for my beliefs, all religion is fundamentally rooted in fear of that, unless you have this thing outside of yourself.
So now I know where I wanted to go with it.
Please.
So
This is so interesting.
Yeah. So what you just said. So imagine now we're in a physical body, and we're living a physical life. And if we agree that there is energy, and if everything is energy, and if we do, like, I believe in a spiritual world, I believe you believe in a spiritual world, then the same way that we were brought into this world, and and we have a physical father taking care of us. You
got this. I believe in you.
That's one of the reasons why I believe that there is a spiritual father that is taking care of our spiritual entity. And the way that you're explaining it, I believe, is that we don't need anything, that our spirit does not need anything outside of its own spirit.
I do, yes.
And I disagree with you, because I believe our spirit is even more not susceptible. It's even more delicate than our physical form. And if our physical form can literally die from 100,000 ways to die in the world, then I believe our spiritual form is even more delicate, because there's so many. Because if there's good spirits, then there has to be bad spirits, and if you want to say negative and positive, because we're talking about vibration, negative and positive. And so there has to be, and this is my belief, there has to be something, just like a father taking care of a baby, an infant that cannot protect itself. There has to be something spiritual that is protecting your spirituality from all of the negative energy that could be coming into it. Therefore, it is outside of your spirituality. It is outside of, not you. It's not outside of you, because you was here and you was there.
Yeah.
And your spirit is there, and my spirit is here. It's also everywhere, but whatever. Yeah. So because I can't physically, or I can't comprehend taking care of my non-physical spirit, there has to be something out there taking care of my non-physical spirit. Go. The fuck were you gonna say?
You literally, I don't know. So the way, it's too funny. So the way I interpreted what you
Put
just
your
did,
hand down too, because you're doing
you
this.
literally,
Look. You're doing this.
What you literally just did is you just dropped the mic and you're just like, go fucker, it's your turn.
Yeah, okay.
You just like pass the baton, so to speak.
Okay, go.
Okay, yeah. So I don't necessarily, okay, so I believe that something is in alignment or that it exists outside of that. I believe something is effective or non-effective. I don't necessarily believe in the construct of good versus evil. I believe that everything is inherently neutral.
Good or evil?
Good or bad. Good or bad.
So, well, fine.
Evil exists, but not good or bad. You're not going to interrupt me, are you? Are you going to let me finish?
Go.
Promise?
No, but go.
Okay. So two people could go into the exact same room, have the exact same thing happen to them, and walk out with two completely different experiences.
Of course.
It's whatever meaning that you give your experience. So basically, my belief is that you believe the soul is more susceptible, correct?
Yes.
I believe in the exact opposite of that. My belief is this. My belief is that the soul is infinite. It is the embodiment and essence of freedom, that it basically is like infinite expansion, so to speak. But
There you go.
unless
On the other hand,
it has a body, then it cannot experience what life has to offer. Let me give you an example. Have you seen the Pixar movie called Souls?
yes,
Okay. So do you know how they were a soul?
I did
and
because
they
of you.
wanted
So
to-
thank you.
You're very welcome. So that's too funny. Oh my God. We're getting closer. So basically, you know how they were a soul and they wanted a slice of pizza and it went right through them?
Mm-hmm.
The soul has to have a body to experience everything.
Sure.
So the soul is infinite.
Yeah.
The body is finite.
Yes.
The soul is not more susceptible.
I don't disagree with you
Yeah.
on the fact that a soul is infinite because I don't know how it works, right? But
is true.
whenever this life ends,
Yeah.
and the soul, if the soul is infinite, because I do believe the soul is infinite,
Yep.
then there's a possibility of reincarnating into another body. This is not what Christianity says. I'm just saying that, like, in that perspective of things, the soul could then go into another physical being to then experience life a different way.
I believe in that perspective, all possibilities exist, including the one that you just said. But so my point is, unless there is a soul inside of a body, then it cannot experience everything life has to offer. And basically, our soul's mission or purpose is to experience everything life has to offer. And that is also God experiencing everything through us, the good and the bad. I know that was a little bit complex.
But you just said there's no good or bad. And so here's so it in my thought of it, it has to be more complex than like just infinite soul. Like, because the physical world, I think you've heard me say this before, but it's like everything matters and nothing matters. and then I used to say all the time, like, oh, that's easy. Everything is easy. We just make it difficult.
Yes.
Life is easy. We just make it difficult. That's what I used to say. Which I agree. I still agree. I just haven't said it in a minute. And I can feel the thing actually like working now. Thank God. So when I say that it could potentially be more complicated than that, like the problem with all of this is that, like, you don't know and I don't know what it looks like afterwards. And it could be that nothing else happens. And spirits, because they are finite, because they've always been here, because they've always been spirits, and then they couldn't have been a baby, they couldn't have been a whatever. That they could be perfect. But then if they're perfect, and this is a side tangent, if they're perfect, then why do they need a body to experience life? Because perfection does not need an outside source, just like what you just said. So literally go reverse engineer what you said prior. If the spirit, like if you as a human are perfect, then you do not need a heavenly Father to like an outside source for validation. So same thing for a spirit. A spirit is perfect. So why would it need a human to experience and to validate?
So
Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah, it doesn't need anything to validate. Basically,
Then a soul should not
form.
be in us.
Why would it not be within us?
It should not be within us because we are validating its spirithood.
No, it just simply is.
Exactly. It is, and therefore it should not be in us.
But it is.
If it is, it is. So that's what I'm saying. So for the same reason that I'm saying that, like, if it's just getting so confusing.
I feel like you are.
I'm getting angry.
I feel like you're overcomplicating it, but because I don't. How do I say this? Any of your beliefs are amazing, and I don't disagree with any of them. They could differ from my beliefs, and if they do,
of course,
I'm just curious to know how it does. But we're exploring this incredibly, impossibly deep topic.
That's what I'm saying.
That has no evidence, so maybe we should change topics.
You started this.
Well, did I start it? Okay.
If I could roll back the tape.
If you started it, no. If I started it, then
I'm gonna finish it. Is that what you're gonna?
I was gonna say you encouraged it.
Oh, of course. I think here. Let's finish right here.
Sure.
Because we don't know what will happen.
Mm-hmm.
My choice is to believe that that my spirit does need protection, does need some type mentorship, some guiding light. Because even if it is infinite, I believe that it is much more complicated in the spirit realm than it is even here. Because there are constructs that make no sense to us here.
Mm-hmm.
So if it doesn't make sense here, how are we going to even try and make sense of the thing that we do not know over there? And so I believe, my belief is that there is a higher power that is taking care of the spirits, mine included. And when I die, I will be, what is it called? I will be joined together with the entity that is taking care of my spirit. And I will be just my spirit. Yeah. So that, yeah.
That's fantastic. Did you just say, what did you just say?
What?
Oh, I thought you said something.
I was like, that was a lot.
Yes.
I don't know. God, it's like you're asking me, like, I don't even know if you asked me the question. It's like, I want to know so much about all of this stuff, and it hurts.
I think what happened is that I said something that you disagreed with.
No, it said everything that I agreed with.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But it's just the words. The words didn't make sense. Like, you put them in a way, like, like imagine saying it is the truth that the back wall is white. And I'm like, I understand the words that you said for the most part, but I look at the wall and I'm saying, what the fuck are you talking about? And you're like, no, the wall is white. And you're like, well, that's what I believe. And I'm like, no, like, so because obviously that is in our universe, that we can understand that.
Yeah.
I don't understand and I don't know, but I also am not a theologian. I don't have the right words, and I don't understand like the concepts of like of the timelines of like and how these things work, and that's why honestly that's why I started this whole podcast in its entirety, because I'm coming from a perspective of like I just want to understand, but and not from like a scientific perspective and not from a a spiritual perspective, but like as a regular ass human perspective. What the fuck are you talking about? That's why I started. So
Gotcha.
can we go anywhere else?
We could go everywhere else.
Where?
Where do you want to go?
I asked you for the bullet points
Yeah.
because I don't want to like.
Right.
I don't want to. I don't know how much you want me to go into your like personal life of what's happening. So it's like, you tell me what you want to talk about, and we can yell about it because clearly, apparently, I want to yell.
Yeah. So actually, yeah. I want to talk about what I've been discovering recently, but it is rather new. So I won't be able to articulate it fully, but just like freestyle.
Sure,
So I have it written down on my phone.
sure.
So pretty much my whole life after graduating high school, in my opinion, I have struggled socially. And I feel like that's because I'm constantly seeking validation that I am enough outside of myself, even though I know that really, really sucks. Additionally, I feel like there's insecurity within me. So my perception of reality, even if it is not true, is that I am being judged by others, but that is me basically projecting onto them. And then additionally, a side tangent is I recently learned that I am what is called an empath, and that might make total sense for you. But for me to elaborate on that point, basically, imagine somebody walks in like right now, right? And let's say they're like in a decent mood or they're fine. Somehow my body is able to sense their internal emotions and feel them, even though that person isn't expressing them. And then the weird thing my brain does is like, okay, so going back to being like in service and people pleasing, the way my brain works is like, okay, so I am the reason that person is not having a great experience or a better day because I could take responsibility. I could do something right now to make their day better, but I'm not doing it. Thus, paradoxically, I feel less than.
Hold on, my sister's calling me, and she called me multiple times. So let me
Okay.
make sure she's okay.
Sure.
And we're obviously live, so I'm gonna.
Should you mute or?
I can't. I'm over here. I guess she wanted to be on the podcast.
BTS.
Is it calling?
Are we good?
I have no idea what is happening.
I think I do not know what to think. Hopefully we're good to continue.
I'm calling her right now. I don't know what's happening.
Okay. And if she doesn't answer, I guess she's totally fine.
What is happening? Oh, I look cute. I'm definitely.
Did she hang up?
Yeah.
I guess.
Hello?
Hey, I came to another floor and they're like, so I couldn't answer FaceTime. Oh, wait, what are you doing?
I'm live on the podcast right now.
Oh, okay, bye.
Do you need anything? You called me multiple times.
Oh, no, it wasn't going through. Like, connection wasn't. And so I just kept calling. But I was just wondering if you're
If I'm what?
live.
Yeah, I'm live. I'm 100% live. And you're on the podcast right now. Say hi.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Go. Oh, and she hung up. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm so sorry. Go ahead. Say that. Please say that again.
Yeah. So I have it written down right here and it will just articulate it better.
Okay.
So when I was a kid, I believe I had to earn my right to exist, speak, and be respected. At some point, my nervous system learned that just being myself wasn't enough to feel safe or acknowledged, When I was useful or performing, I felt more accepted. So I started tying my worth to how helpful, articulate, or impressive I was. Over time, that turned into self monitoring, overthinking, and feeling like I had to prove myself before I was allowed to take up space or be present. So, what I'm learning now is that my presence doesn't need to perform to be valid. That basically my voice is allowed without permission, and baseline respect isn't something I earn, it's something that I embody. Now, I know all that may seem common sense, but that's just the way my nervous system kind of like acts. And that I feel like out of all the self like reflection I've done and diving deep within my psyche is my core wound that I have to earn respect. I have to earn my right to exist because previously I've spoken up and I was dismissed. Or
Yeah, I was gonna say. So who told you that?
that's just something I've come.
But
Those are
you,
just my thoughts.
well, yeah, but you, in the beginning of this, you said like from 0 to 12 is like where you are super susceptible, right?
Correct.
So like, who messed you up to think all of those things?
I think I was just influenced by life and my surroundings. I'm not sure how to answer that.
Do you not? Because like those are pretty impactful
There's
feelings.
nobody specifically who like deliberately did something to me that I feel like
Are you sure? Because like,
I'm positive because I remember
or did
that.
or did you block it out?
No, I didn't block it out.
So then, see, like
I did tell you that like third, fourth grade, if you raise your hand and without
Yeah.
being called on, and that could form into like social anxiety
Yeah.
later on in your life.
that was you.
That I don't think that was me. That was just an example that made logical sense that I remembered and came up with. But what I just said, like I have to earn my right to be respected, is something that I have not consciously realized until very, very, very recently. But I feel like this is my deepest thing, basically. But nobody.
So even if I tell you like you know you don't like like unfortunately you still have to go through your own journey to figure that out. Because you don't like now. Well, here let me back up here for a second. So like you, how did you word it?
What?
You need to earn the respect.
I need to earn the right to basically exist, to be visible to others, to speak, to be heard, and then to be respected. But I have to
earn the
it,
right.
and that I am, yes.
So I'll change it up a little bit.
Sure.
So I to an extent I also believe that. Because you said say it one more time, you have to earn the right.
I have to earn the right to exist, to speak, and to be respected.
Okay.
And that I am not basically worthy of it inherently, unfortunately.
Okay, that last part is the fucked up part.
I agree.
Okay. So that part is the only part that you need to work on, because the part in the in the beginning, like you have to earn the right to speak, to be heard, everybody goes through that.
Yeah.
Even with this podcast, if we look at it from a business perspective, okay, I have to earn the right to speak, to be heard, and to be respected. People don't know me on YouTube.
Right.
People don't know me in general. I may have a little bit of a following, but that means nothing in the grand scheme of all of the things that I want to do in this world. And so every day I have to prove myself. And every day I have to earn the right. Excuse me. Every day I have to earn the right to be heard, to be seen, to be respected. Every day. And every day, it's hard to do that every day. And because it's hard, the feelings of being inadequate come in. And especially if you are alone. And I know I'm alone. And I know that you've got family around you, but like I can assume that you also feel lonely.
Yes, that is correct.
So if that is, so showing up every day and believing or knowing that you have to earn the right to be seen, heard, and respected, it gets tiring.
It does.
And therefore, the negative thoughts come in and it sucks. And then that last part of it. So I'm not saying, I'm agreeing with you that that's what you, I just pulled it. I'm agreeing with you because that's what everybody who is trying to do something goes through. There are some people, and it's okay for some people to just work at a job. It's okay for some people to just take care of their kids and be happy with their significant other and do the soccer team, do all of the things and make enough money to support the family and do all, it's okay.
Yeah.
But for the people, and they also get lonely. Like a lot of that does not it doesn't mean that they don't feel that too. But for the people who want to try and do who want to be of service, you mother trucker, for some, because that's all that business is being of service and doing it and being of service to so many people that ultimately you get paid for helping other people.
Yes.
And then scaling that help to the point where you have done so much for so many people that you help enough people get what they want. What you want comes automatically. We've heard that from Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, all those people.
Yep.
So it's just being of service. So if your heart and your spirit is of being of service, then you are going to end up every day looking for those three things. Being seen, being heard, and being respected.
Yeah.
You're going to, that is a given if you are going to be of service to other people. There are a lot of people who just don't have that heart to be of service to other people. And those people don't think about it the way that you do or that I do. And so I didn't want to put it in a box of if you are starting a business or if you are this or that. That's not it. If you are wanting to be of service and if you wanting to help another person, then you are going to run into those problems. And it's the feeling inadequate part. That's the only part that you have to work on every day. Because it is going to get so tiring and so lonely, having to prove yourself over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Because that's what I go through. Great, I have this podcast studio that I put together, and I'm very proud of it. And I have these cameras, and I have all this equipment, and So I have all of this. I have all this money in equipment and stuff. Now I have to prove myself to new people who have no idea who I am. I have to do all of these things every single day. And sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
Some days. Sometimes I don't give a shit.
Yep.
And I don't want to push myself like that. And that's okay. Cuz I'm human. My whole thing is that like it's the last part that I want you to like really focus on. Maybe even just this year is like, it's not that you do that, therefore you are inadequate, and because you have to do that, you're inadequate. You gotta do that shit regardless. So realize that it on the very fundamental aspect of all of this, you don't have to think that you're divine to know that you're not inadequate. You don't have to think that you are a perfect soul or a perfect being to know that you're perfect just the way that you are. And you also don't need, like in this perspective, like you don't need God to think that you're not a perfect being. Or to believe that you're not inadequate. You're perfectly fine just the way you are. Now, you are an idiot sometimes. You are dumb. You do hurt yourself.
We all are.
Yeah, because we're human.
Exactly.
But I don't want you to think that you're not, like that you're inadequate in any way. You're not. What could possibly be happening is that you're just lonely.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's a definite possibility. And also therapist Josh over here.
It's not therapist Josh. I would have better words.
Yeah.
Than the words that I've been using, but
I understood all that. I hear you. And trust me, I'm going to watch this back again.
And how many times? Do you see how it's gone now?
Yeah, it is gone. It faded away.
With meds.
With medication.
With
yes.
drugs. What I love about you and what I hate about you. Not hate. Hate is such a strong word.
You strongly, passionately dislike.
Yeah. What I love about you is that you are so positive all the time, outwardly. But what I believe is happening is that inwardly, you are constantly criticizing yourself. And one of the reasons why like I was irritated with you for many years, and I audibly told you that I'm irritated with you.
Yeah.
Is that like you are still, and you were so positive just right out the gate, and there's nothing wrong with being positive. But there's also this middle ground of like, if you want to be of service, you do need to understand how people are really feeling. Because my cat, of course, my cat trying to come in here. Because I was like, how do I talk to you when you're so positive, and when the world is like just trying to crush me down, and I want to be positive to you, for you, but I can't. And not because I can't, but because I'm crying on the floor of my kitchen, and I am doing intermittent fasting because I don't have enough money for food.
I remember.
And my car, is going to cost $2,000 for the freaking hybrid battery. And then you call me and you're like, how great of a day is it today? Look how sunny it is. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm so grateful that you have so much
Right.
positivity.
You feel like outwardly I'm nothing but like optimism and positivity. However, internally I could be like my worst critic.
Yes.
And I don't necessarily disagree with that. And it's something that I'm working on and something that is also challenging for me.
And I think that there's a lot of people out there that are just like that don't you there's a lot of people out there that are like that. And I think what happens is they mask their insecurities, or they mask the things that they're saying to themselves. She's like trying to get into the gate.
Yeah.
I think what they do is they mask it, and they're so good at masking it that they take ideologies and they take beliefs from other people, and they make the world think that they think a certain way, and they project so many other people's beliefs and ideas only to just mask the fact that they are criticizing themselves.
Okay, now that makes perfect sense.
And then the world starts getting like, the world begins to fight itself.
Yeah.
Because people are just insecure and are masking it. And we could not get to this actual, like,
Middle ground.
no, well, not even middle. The actual root of the problem, which is, I'm lonely. I don't know what I really believe, and I just need a friend. Like, that's at the root of it. And what they're showing is, I'm angry. I hate people. I don't believe. I could never believe what you believe. But that's not what is actually happening. And they've done it for so many years, for so long, that it's become a habit to mask everything, that they can't come up for air and just say, I'm lonely. That's what I believe is happening.
Okay. For everyone or me specifically?
Not for you specifically, and not for anybody specifically, but
That's just your thought?
yeah.
Okay.
And it could apply to you.
It could.
Because I understand what it feels like to be alone and to be lonely. Building a business like this, yes, I have a girlfriend, and yes, I have a sister and a mother and a father and a grandmother, and but I don't have a good car right now, and so I use it sparingly. And I don't have a lot of money in my savings, so I use it sparingly. I don't like it's. I don't get to see them very often.
Right.
I don't get to do all the things that I want to very often. So I get lonely.
Right.
And yet I still want to portray my personality, my real personality, my happy personality online and on TikTok and on Instagram. And it's fucking hard to portray that when I'm not happy, because then I'm lying. And therefore this whole argument in our in our country or community about authenticity is like, am I really being authentic? So that's one of the reasons why I I adopted my old mentality of just speaking the truth and yelling at people, lovingly yelling at people. And that has performed well on social media. Why? Because I am being true to myself and I'm being authentic. And I don't like using the word authentic because so many people have used that word and it's just now.
Yeah.
But I'm being so true to myself that I'm not going to hide what I believe. because I would do, if we're not recording, I would still be this person
Yes.
off camera than I would on camera. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to start with this, with like, how often have I been the same person?
I actually wanted to talk about that because recently you said that you finally have like it's clicked.
Yeah.
How for you so you could be authentic, not just in your life, but that you could be Joshua in the business as well.
So
how did you develop that?
The easy answer. Oh my God. Wow. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Hold on. Let me make,
Sure.
I hope it's live. I don't know if it's live.
That's fine. Wait, do you think it's not live?
It's okay. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm curious.
So you asked me the question.
Yes.
How did you develop that, right?
Correct.
So here was the thought process. And I think that a lot of people go through this same thought process. And this will be where we end it because I feel like we've been going for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been going for a while. The thought process was, I want to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
I know that social media is a excuse me.
Yeah.
I want to make more money. I know that social media is a free platform for me to go on and show my work, show who I am, to then get more leads, to make more money, to build and scale my business. I don't have enough money to pay for ads right now, so I should utilize what I have and make videos to then promote who I am. That was concept and idea number one. Okay, so then how do I do that? I look at all the videos on Instagram and then I just copy those videos. But those videos are of people taking photos and doing videos for people and businesses. Okay, I do that. Still, nothing has happened because of it. My perception was I needed to show people my portfolio, what I'm capable of. But here's the problem. I'm learning every single day on how to edit better, how to produce better, how to be a director of photography better, how to direct people better. And so every single day, my skill level goes up. Every time I do a new project, my skill level goes up because there are problems that I need to solve in real time. There are people I'm leading. There's technology that I'm learning more and more about. So every time I make one of those videos, it really doesn't matter because, but for years, I thought that's where I needed to be and what I needed to do to then promote myself. Then I grow a little bit of a following. I am a networker. I talk to a crap ton of people. And I've built a decent Rolodex of business owners and people. And so then I have this, a little following on social media. Well, I'm putting out more of those videos and nothing's happening. And people just mentally don't care. They want to make sure, like, and this is what I've learned. They want to know that you can do a good job doing whatever you're doing, whether it's photography, videography, or it's doing any one of your modalities with massage therapy. They want to know that you can do the job. But what I learned is that social media and getting on these platforms to get leads, it has nothing to do with what you actually do. The thing that differentiates you from everyone else online is you. Go fucking figure. So what does that mean? That means showing your personality. That means showing who you are, what you think, what you like, not what you do.
Yeah.
Because everything is an ad in this country. And it's annoying.
Yes. Very much so.
Speaking of, by who knew said it? No, I'm just kidding. It's really
Hysterical.
Oh, God. Yeah. Well, you got to say something so that way the camera goes to you.
Huh. Soda, that's good for you too.
There. So, anyway, it's a very funny joke. Because everything is an ad,
Yeah.
nobody cares about what you're selling. But we know that everyone wants to be sold, but they don't care what you're selling.
Yes.
What they want to know is what makes you you. What makes you unique? What makes you laugh? What makes you cry? What makes you want to throw up your food? Like, those are the things that make you unique to this world, to this ever-growing, ever ridiculously complicated world. So then here comes the next part. Well, everybody that I already know is going to judge me. I have a little following on social media. And if I decide to do what I know I'm supposed to do, now that I know this, I know people are going to be like, Josh, what the hell are you doing? Who are you? This is not you. And they did that. And I have receipts. And it irritated the shit out of me because I'm like, no, this is me. I like snowboarding. I like eating this food. I like listening to this music over and over. I love listening to MGK Cliche over and over and over again. I like listening to the same playlist. I like listening to I like all of these things. This is me. So when I started doing this online, just 1 or 2 or 3, I got the worst backlash. So then I stopped 4 years, 4 or 2.5 years, or no, even more than that. And what I don't know, I don't remember why I started a new account on TikTok. But I started a new account on TikTok. And honestly, it was a place where I wanted to vent. I wanted to yell. I wanted to get out my feelings because I couldn't do it. I was alone. I was lonely.
Yeah.
I was lonely. I was going around my house and I'm just talking to myself. Just talking to myself and my cats. So to finish this up as quickly as I can, I started a new TikTok account and I did it to start venting. And I was doing almost about 20 videos a day because I was just talking about shit that I wanted to talk about. And it had nothing to do with any of the people that I had built relationships with on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok for that matter, because I had almost 10,000 followers on that one.
Yeah.
And I was just yelling at my phone, and it felt so freeing. And one of the videos was me going on my island and just saying like, as a human, we all forget that we have free will. We can do whatever the fuck we want. None of this matters. It's whatever you make it. And so then I jump on my island and I'm like, see, look, it's not comfortable, but you can just jump on your island. Who cares? So then what started out as just venting turned into me realizing, oh my God, this is who I am. And I'm not everyone. I like yelling. I like showing my passion. I like being audibly loud.
Yeah.
I like just cutting through the bullshit so quickly. I don't like letting somebody talk for hours and hours and hours or days or weeks or years and me not telling them that I don't believe what they believe. And I was not doing all of those things. I was letting people just talk and walk all over me. In my real life, I was letting other people dictate how much money I would make. I was letting people in to my life who I didn't believe in the same things, and I wasn't saying anything. And so what ended up starting out being just a new TikTok page where I could just rant, ended up being a place where I realized I was showing my true personality online. And because of how many videos I was doing, I was teaching myself how to construct videos online. And so then I think it was after 300 or 400 videos on this new TikTok page where nobody knew me.
Yeah.
I then took that confidence and I went back to Instagram. And my first video, 1 or 2 videos was that said, "Hey, I'm going to be my true self. So if you need to block me or you need to unfollow me, do that right now. Because I will no longer be who you want me to be. I am going to be who I know I can be. So block me. But do whatever you got to do. Because I'm going to do this now." And from that moment on, I have been blowing up on all of these, my personality has shown through. I've gotten multiple weddings. I've gotten multiple events. It's February. It just happened. So it took me having to make a new account where nobody knew me to then rant on that account, to then gain the confidence of how to make videos for social media, as well as learn who I truly was and who I wanted to portray myself as,
Right.
to then going to my original community and telling them, this is who I am. Like it or don't like it, this is what you're going to get now.
Well
That was
said.
it. Thank you. Damn, that was... And every single time, I'm also afraid that battery's gonna die because I knew that that one's fine, but I know that battery's gonna die. We'll leave it here.
Okay.
You know what? Before we do that, what is
Yeah.
something that you want to tell me, so we can look back on this podcast, and this conversation, and you want to ask me or tell me something, because I know that you're gonna leave, and the whole purpose of this podcast and this conversation is because I don't get to spend enough time with you the way that I want to.
Right.
And this is one of my love languages, just talking and listening. And so because I know you're going to be gone, and it fucking sucks. Even though we're on Find My, I stalk you as much as I can. It's funny that you don't.
I was driving to your other house and I'm like, wait, in Glendale, this isn't right. So then I called you and you're like, you have Find My, fucker.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Arr."
Yeah, I'm like, just open up your stupid Find My.
Yeah.
What is something that you would like to be historically correct about, that you would like to instill as just something that we can look back on for the podcast? What is that? It could be anything.
I think I'm definitely going to rewatch this podcast. I think what you have said has hit home, and that I will think deeply about, and hopefully I will feel less inadequate.
You're human.
I am human, yeah.
And I don't know if it will ever go away, of the feeling of inadequacy. But just like what you have done and what you do to train your mind and your heart and your body to have a stronger spirit, I believe that you can also train your mind and your spirit to know or to for it to happen less and less and less, the feeling of inadequacy. I think if you can figure out the moments where you are sad, the moments where you're lonely, and the moments where in the like, let's just use those two emotions.
Sure.
Where you're sad and lonely. Decipher where those are and then separate them from a feeling of inadequacy, because it's not.
How would you separate that from the feeling of inadequacy? As an example.
So the self-awareness that I have to take when I get lonely, when I start a task or I do a task or something, and I have enough wisdom to know now that if I just am starting to learn something new, I'm going to suck at it. Me sucking at a new project is not me being inadequate. It is my self-awareness that I know I'm going to feel bad that I am not good at this yet. But it's not that I'm inadequate. It's my self-awareness that I know I'm going to probably cry. I know I'm going to probably tell myself that I suck. And in all intents and purposes, for that, I do. I do suck at whatever that is. But, of course, if I just started a new project, right? Mm-hmm. But if it's the self-awareness part that I want you to practice. And it has nothing to do with like the spirituality. It has nothing to do with the energy.
I think I have the self-awareness part, but I'm not sure what to do when the self-awareness hits. So it kind of just overwhelms me.
Got it. Okay. So, and I'd been in that position too. So if you're, and actually, yeah, so if you're that good, which I think you're that good at, like being self-aware, then like separating, I'm sad and I'm not inadequate. It's for right now, it is remembering that all you are not good at is that one thing. It's not that I am not good at everything, therefore I suck at life in this world. It's I suck at changing a tire. I suck at cooking a certain food. Doesn't mean I'm inadequate. Can you look up what's the actual definition of inadequacy? Sure. Just so that way, like I'm not saying something incorrectly. Oh my God, it's 1:16.
Yeah, we're doing great on time.
All right, what is it?
Inability to deal with a situation or with life. The inability.
Inability? I thought it inadequate.
Correct.
So inadequacy, so the feeling of inadequacy. The state or quality of being inadequate, lack of the quantity or quality required, the inadequacies of available resources, inability to deal with a situation or with life, her feelings of personal inadequacy, inability to deal with a situation or with life, inability to deal with a situation. Inabilities to deal with the situation. So you're unable to deal with the situation because you don't feel like you are enough.
Correct.
Have you ever just like practiced saying that I'm enough?
Yeah.
What has happened when you did that?
Imposter syndrome.
That's a whole other issue. So when you say imposter syndrome, like
I don't believe it, basically.
what's another thing that happens whenever you, like, what's another imposter syndrome thing for you? Like, you don't believe that you deserve something.
I would need an example.
You feel inadequate, or you have imposter syndrome about being a chef or cooking, so you don't feel like you deserve to cook. Or if you're cooking,
I just know that I'm bad at it.
Okay. I think you're overthinking about everything.
I think I am too. But the problem is I've been overthinking my entire life, so that's my default. So when that's your whole operating system, always, ever, it's hard to identify when you are not thinking or overthinking.
I wish I had the right answer for you. I wish I did. I'm gonna ask TikTok, because I'm not a therapist, and I want to know what some of the things are, because honestly, TikTok, it's I don't say it's a much better place to learn than ChatGPT, but like ChatGPT is just gathering intel from humans that have. So why don't I just ask humans?
True.
So let me just clip this part too. So this clip is for TikTok specifically. So if you are a therapist, if you are a if you are a doctor of therapy, I want to know. And actually, can you ask the question?
What is the question?
No, okay, here. So if you're a therapist, and this is for TikTok, if you're a therapist, I want to know, what are some remedies to overthinking whenever it comes to feeling inadequacy, that then results into the resulting feeling of imposter syndrome, and feeling like you are not enough, therefore you do not deserve to be in this situation or to be there in general. What are some remedies for that? Because I'm not a therapist, and I'm here with Alex Noski, and we just had a ridiculously beautiful conversation about all of this, but I'm not a therapist, and so I am curious as to know what those remedies are. All right. And then I'll clip that. Dude, I love you. I love your family. And it feels weird that you're leaving.
Yes.
But it also doesn't feel weird because, like, I do stalk you on Find My, and and you can call me anytime.
Right.
Even though we don't use those amenities the way that we should. Yeah, I love you, dude.
I love you too, man.
Just here's to 12 more years.
12 more years? Oh, you got to bump it with that one. Oh, my God. Sponsored. There we go.
All right. Stupid. I love you, dude. All right. Just tell them first name, last name, how to find you.
Yeah, so my name is Alex Noski. You can find me on Instagram, Zen Restore Massage. I've been a massage therapist for 7 years. I specialize with like neck relief or pain alleviation. I do hot stones, relaxation. If you need it, I got it. And that's where you can find me.
And he'll be soon living in Tucson, Arizona. So for anybody who is in Tucson, Arizona and needs the best hands in the West, find Alex Noski at Zen Restore Massage. My name is Joshua Coaten. This has been the Baby J Show, sponsored by 5Flash Media. Yeah. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay.
Peace. That scared the shit out of me, man.
When you hit it?
When I did yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Because it was so close.
Oh, God. Oh, I got stuck. Oh, I got stuck.
So I'm not going to say this on the podcast, but I've talked to you about it before.